And I know y'all looking at this video like, what happened to the red? But the red is coming back. I just want to let you know I had a rough week. The lace was looking a little crazy. I gotta get it reinstalled by my stylist on Thursday. So it's back. It's coming back. It's coming back. I was watching this other YouTuber's video. I'm gonna try to put her I don't know her name right now. Wow. I'm gonna put it on the screen somewhere or link it in the bio. But she's from New York too, and she was talking about her experience with dating a guy that was in jail. I know some people never knew, like, some people never experienced that. I mean, I'm not saying it's something you need to experience, but I feel like I gotta give you a little bit of insight. So if you ever come into the situation, yeah. So this video is basically, I don't know if I should categorize it as a story time. I'm just gonna speak about my experiences dealing with men while they were incarcerated. I had a few little run-ins with people that ran into the law that I was dealing with, but these two really were like my boos. Like, these was really my boo-boos. Like, my boo-boos. Like, I thought I was gonna be a ride or die. And so yeah, I got influenced. Ooh, that elbow ashy. So yeah, I got inspired by, I forgot her name, but I'm gonna put her information in my description box. But she was reading her jail letters, and I was like, oh, this sounded like when I had a jail boo. The first little boo I had that was locked up, we just gonna call him Javier. So I'm gonna give you a little background. I started talking to Javier when I was like in high school, so it had to be like 2012, 2013-ish, 2014-ish. I was talking to Javier, and Javier was from the Bronx. We started talking on Facebook. He was so, like, at the time, he was like, at the time, I would say he was that type of nigga that every girl want. Like, he was fly, he had hair, he was some Spanish. He was a little Spanish boo, but I wouldn't talk to a Spanish boy now, but that's beside the fact. But he had long hair, he was handsome, and he was fly. Talked to him, he was from the Bronx. So we was inboxing back and forth, and then we started texting and started talking on the phone, and he asked me to come see him. So I was like, I'm not coming to the Bronx. Like, I was not traveling. I was not going far to see people at that time. I was still in high school. So the Bronx was like, the Bronx is deep. Like, if you're from New York and you know Brooklyn to the Bronx, that's deep. So I used to be like, no, you got to come to me. But we used to go back and forth about who's gonna come see who, because we both bad deep. But anyway, Javier had a cookout for his birthday, and he was like, oh, come to my cookout. It's at so-and-so park. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come, because it's a cookout. It's not like I'm going to his crib. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna bring somebody. We gonna come. So I brought my homegirl at the time. We got on a train, an hour and 30 minutes probably less, probably more, give or take. We got on the 5 train. We went all the way to the park. I don't remember the name of the park. It's irrelevant, but we went all the way to the Bronx. I met Javier, and yeah, he was feeling the kid when he saw me in person. He introduced me to all his friends. He was like, yeah, this my John from Brooklyn. She fire, right? Like, on my body. Like, yeah. Anyways, so yeah, he was sweating me. We was vibing, you know, we was chilling. They was smoking, we was eating glizzies and burgers and chilling and stuff. And then we kissed that night, and then we was talking, and he was like, yeah, I'm really feeling you, and I'm like, I'm really feeling you too, pa. Like, and and I took my ass. I don't know if I took my ass. I don't think Uber was around. I don't know if I took my ass back on the train home or I took a cab. Let's be realistic. I don't think I took a cab home from the Bronx. I didn't have it like that. And I don't know if Javier had it like that. So I think I got my black ass back on a train, and I went home. After that, he put me as his cover photo. If you was heavy on Facebook back in the day, if somebody put you on their cover photo, you know they jacking you. So he put me as his cover photo. I put him as my cover photo, and we was vibing. We was talking. And he was telling me that he had this case that he was fighting. Actually, I don't know if he told me at that time. I think he told me, no, I think he got locked up a little bit after that while we started talking, like, little shit. Like, he got locked up, and then he came home, and then we started talking again, and he was telling me that he have a case that he's fighting. And at that time, I never dealt with anybody that went to jail, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, I wasn't really understanding what he was trying to tell me was going on. But I guess he was trying to prep me and let me know that he's about to go in and he's about to do some time. And when he told me, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do 5 years. I'm like, 5 years? Like 5 years? Like 5 years? And then I was counting on my fingers, like, I'm 16 now, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You gonna come home when I'm 21? Like, boy, I don't know. But I was really feeling him, so I don't really remember all the details, but I remember him telling me he's going to jail, what day he's going in. And I don't think I ever even saw him after the first time. But he had somebody reach out to me on Facebook later on and asked me for my number. Then he started calling me. He was calling me when he was on Rikers Island. So when he was calling me like, oh, come see me and stuff like that. I never went to go see nobody in jail. But I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come. Like, I'm gonna come. I used to always say I'm gonna come. We was sending letters back and forth and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come see you. I never went because first of all, it was a point I was gonna go, but I didn't have no ID, and you need ID to go. And then it was other points, like, I was like, oh, I was asking other people that I know that dealt with men who went to jail or was on Rikers Island. And they was like, girl, you got to take this train to this bus. And then once you get off the bus, you take another bus across the water. And I'm like, I'm not, like, it's not that I'm not doing all that. It's just like, I got to do all of that by myself. So then I started looking for people because, you know, I know, like, we go into the island, we go together, but I never really worked up the, I never really worked it up for me to go to Rikers Island and visit him. And then he got shipped upstate. And once he got upstate, like, if I wasn't going to see you on Rikers Island, you know I wasn't going to come see you upstate. But we was keeping in contact. We was calling, we was on the phone all the time. I used to keep my phone on. He used to send me letters, and I used to send him letters, and I used to send him pictures of me, and he used to be like, oh, I got you all over my cell. Like, feel me? Like, it really was something. Like, it was something. And he was making it seem like, oh, when he speaks to me, he feels so much better and stuff like that. But it got to a point where he was sending me letters, and I guess my parents, at first, when he was sending me letters, they didn't really pick up on it. But I guess one day he sent me a letter, and my father opened it, and it was a bunch of erotic shit in the letter. Like, a lot of erotic. Mind you, we never got to that level because he went to jail. So, I mean, we see each other like probably 2-3 times, but the most we did was kiss. So all the letters he was sending me was basically what he wanted to do when he come home. And my father opened a letter, and he was not jacking it. So after a while, I had to have Javier, I was about to say his real name. I had to have Javier send letters under my cousin's name, or like send it to my friends' addresses so I could read it. Because anytime they would see his name on a paper, like my parents would see his name on a paper, it was a dub. So fast forward, over time, like, it would be points that we wouldn't talk, and then we would talk. Like, I think it was like, once he got upstate, I had to keep my phone on, so I had to put money on my phone. And I ain't have no job. Like, I was still young. The first 2 years, I wasn't really working and stuff. And when I did work, I was not thinking about putting money on my phone to talk to somebody. And that shit cost money. So I wasn't really like, I felt like I was falling off of him. And he would let his mother call me on three-way, or like his brothers and stuff. And I really enjoyed talking to him and stuff like that, because, you know, he would send me little pictures. He was getting a little snarly, looking good. Looking good and all that. So, but it got to a point that we started, like, when we started talking, I would ask him, like, when you come home? And he would be like, this year, next year, this year, like, next month, next week. And he was never coming home. So it got to a point that I started to, like, fall back, because I was doing my thing, and he was asking me, like, what you doing? Like, you talking to people, you seeing people? And I'm like, yeah. And he was never really weird about it. He was just like, oh yeah, just don't forget about me. Like, you could fuck with niggas, but don't forget about me. But I'm not gonna lie, I started to distance myself, because I started to feel like I'm gonna be waiting on you 5 years, like from 16 to 20 something years old. And to be honest, I didn't really even know you like that. I only hung out with you a few times before you went to jail. We never really got to do anything together. So I felt like I didn't owe him nothing. Like, I did not need to stay down, if you get what I'm trying to say. Y'all get it? Oh, so then there was this one time, mind you, when he used to send me letters, he would be like, oh, you're the love of my life. Like, when you come home, when I come home, I want to be with you, and I want to do this with you, and I want to do that with you, on top of all the erotic stuff. But anytime I used to ask him if he talked to other people, he would be like, no, he don't. So I was like, okay. So one day he called me on the phone, or he sent me a picture. Yeah, he called me on the phone, but he sent me a picture, and I put the picture of him on my Facebook, and I put, just got off the phone with, what's the name I gave him? I put, just got off the phone with Javier. He'll be home soon. I love him. Da 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 da. The next day, Javier calls me. I'm like, hello? He was like, why the fuck would you post my picture on Facebook?
Boy, if you don't get...
And I was like, why I can't post your picture on Facebook? I thought I was the love of your life. Like, why I can't post your picture on Facebook? And on top of that, when I posted him on Facebook, I didn't even write nothing too crazy. I just said I got off the phone with him. I love him. He's gonna come home soon. Like, feel me? You know, little shit people post. He was black, and he was like, why are you posting my picture? Don't post my picture. You don't do nothing for me. You don't come on a visit. You don't even always answer the phone. You barely put money on the phone. You don't be writing back. You don't do nothing for me. You trying to fuck up what I got. So I'm like, what you got? You ain't even tell me you had nothing. You ain't tell me you had a situation. I would have never did nothing like that. So come to find out, Javier had a whole girlfriend. Like, before, even when I met him in the Bronx, he had a girlfriend. Like, he had a girlfriend that been in his life for mad years. She was doing the whole bit with him. She was on every visit. She wouldn't miss a call. She wouldn't miss a letter, none of that. And basically, somebody probably saw, cause like, I guess because I was clouded. Somebody probably saw me post him and sent it to her, and she probably was like, nigga, I'm doing all of this for you while you locked up, and you dead fucking with somebody. Like, you dead calling bitches and shit. So I understood that. Like, I would be mad too. Like, if I was a nigga in jail, I'm doing everything for you and you calling bitches. So he got mad at me because I posted the picture, and me and Javier ain't talk. He started calling me again once he's about to come home, which was last year. Did he come home last year or 2018? I think he came home in 2018. So he came home in 2018, and before he came home, he was calling me and stuff, letting me know he's coming home and stuff. He want to see me. And then I'm like, all right, I gave him my number. Then he FaceTimed me when he first came out the prison. Like, he was in the car coming back down to the city from upstate. We was on FaceTime the whole time. And at that time, I was in a relationship with the boy that I did the Fall from Grace video with. So that was like the end of our relationship, though, like when I was going through all the heartbreak. So I was letting Javier know, like, yeah, I mean, I know you just got out of jail, but I got a boyfriend. I mean, we going through something, but like, because at that time I thought he was gonna get over it. But I'm like, yeah, we broke up, but you know, I still got a man or whatever. And Javier was on some, wow, like, I thought when I came home we was gonna be together. How? When you had a whole girl. Anyways, we was talking and stuff. I asked him if he talked to somebody since he been home and shit. He was like, no. He wanted me to come see him. He wanted to come see me and stuff like that. But I was just giving him the runaround because I had my own relationship shit going on. Fast forward, but we was texting every day on some regular, like, what you doing, chilling, oh, all right. Fast forward, one day, somebody called me off Javier. I'm thinking it's Javier. Javier's phone was calling me. I'm like, hello? It's a girl on the other line. She like, who this? I'm like, Robin. He in the background like, chill, give me my phone. She like, you fuck with she like, you fuck with Javier? You fuck with Javier or something? Cause why? And I'm like, no, I don't fuck with him. She was like, you got a man? Cause he's saying you his sis and you got a man. I'm like, I'm not his sis and I don't have a man. I didn't lie. I didn't have a man at the time cause me and bro was broken up. So yeah, and they was arguing on the phone. I hung up, and that's the last I've heard of Javier. So that was my first jailbait experience. I don't even know if that count, but that was that. My second jail jailbait. All right. Let me tell you, I don't even know. First of all, if I got some of the JPay conversations, I'm gonna try to include it, because I should have made a whole video for this motherfucker here. Okay, so I start talking to this boy. We gonna call him we gonna call him, I don't even want to call him his nickname, because people gonna know it automatically who I'm talking about. We just gonna call him F. We gonna call him F, okay? So I was talking to this boy F in 2014. First of all, I went through a lot with F. So we was talking, we was cool, we had a bond or whatever, we was vibing, I would say. I mean, that was my babe. We was like, we was spending a lot of time together, we was smoking, chilling, da-da-da. And then the situation happened. And first of all, when me and F started talking, allegedly, he was on a break with a girl he'd been dating like since high school. But to me, he was telling me like it's over, like he don't fuck with her at all, they don't fuck with each other, which I believed at the time, because I'm not gonna lie, me and F was spending a lot of time together. We was always together, like all the time. So me and him was vibing, chilling in 2014 or 2015, one of those. That was my boo or whatever. And then it was a little situation where he called me and said that the girl that he was on a break with was pregnant and they having a baby. So I was distanced myself from the jump. He had a baby on the way. It was over. Once that our little bond washed up, so we wasn't talking. And then I guess him and the girl realized they was not gonna work out. They was just gonna be like parents to the child, and me and him started fake talking again. But we was talking again, but he was in a relationship with another girl. It was just like a whole bunch of mix up, but that's not the point. Anyways, this is just to show you, I don't even know why I entertained this boy when he went to jail, because he had a lot going on before he even went to jail. And I didn't even want to talk to him while he was in jail. This is the reason why I started talking to him. Anyways, he goes to jail or whatever. Cool. He never contacted me while he was locked up or nothing, because we was not talking before he went to jail. So one day I'm on the phone with one of my friend's brother. He's in jail, and he would call me from time to time on some regular ish. So he was like, you know this boy named F? And I'm like, yeah. He like, oh, he's on the island talking about you, like saying that he hit and da-da-da. Like niggas was just talking about girls from the town that they has, like basically corny men shit. I guess they all in jail, and they was talking, they was basically bragging about what bitches they used to mess with, which is mad whack to me. Like y'all worried about the wrong stuff, because y'all all in jail around men. No bitches is in there, so y'all worried about the wrong stuff. But anyway, my homegirl brother just basically told me F was on Rikers Island just talking about me, running his mouth about me, like saying that he had me when he was home. He had me. Mind you, before he went to jail, we wasn't even talking. So anyways, my ass got so heated. I went and looked up F information. I wrote him a long 2-page letter. Like, listen here, motherfucker. When you in jail, do not mention me. We don't even know each other. I don't know you. I disassociated myself from you. You have a lot going on. Why do you bring out my name? Like, you had a whole girlfriend before you went to jail. Why you not up in jail talking about her? Why are you in jail talking about me? Why are you showing people pictures of me? I don't even know how he got pictures of me. I don't know if he made his man send pictures from his Facebook. But why are you up there showing people pictures of me and saying that you mess with me and all that? Like, what are you getting from that? I basically blacked on the letter, like, worried about your sentence, worried about your bid. Don't worry about me. Don't mention me in jail. And why am I coming up in jail conversations? I did not like that. Anyways, after I wrote him that hefty letter, he wrote me a letter back saying how he just really missed me and really loved me, and like I basically stayed. I'm just like one of the girls that he always think about, like I had a good vibe. And my stupid ass felt for the jail okie doke, and I started writing letters back and forth to F. And now F was in a holding center in downtown Brooklyn, so I was going to see him. I was going on visits. Mind you, when you go to go on visits, you got to take out all your piercings. I was taking out all my piercings. I was making sure I wore appropriate outfits and stuff like that, going to see him, looking all cute, you know, answering phones, writing letters and stuff like that. And once he went upstate, this is where niggas lose me. When y'all go upstate, I'm not going no 8 hours to see nobody. So we basically was talking while he was in the local jails. But when he got packed up upstate, that's where I started distancing myself. Maybe I ain't shit, but I feel like I'm not built to be in no real jail relationship going 8 hours back and forth to see nobody. Like, I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna lie, I made a lot of promises. I told him I'm gonna come see him and stuff, but I thought about it, like, I would have to dedicate my whole day to going to visit him. Like, it was just like mad times we made arrangements, and I just never went. I never ended up going, but I always told him, and I always kept in touch. I always wrote him letters, and I always answered the phone and stuff like that. I was sending him letters. I was keeping money on my phone. That I was doing. I was always having money on my phone. I was writing him letters. I was not going to see him. I was sending him pictures. I was doing the 3 ways. He needed me to call his homeboy. I was doing it. Like, I would say I was being a good jail girlfriend up until, like, it had to come. Like, I was not going to see him. And I'm not gonna lie, it was times we stopped talking in between that because he was expecting me to do too much. He was like, oh, I need you to come see me. And I'd be like, I cannot come see you, nigga. I work 5 days of the week, and the days I'm off, I'm not using my off day to go 8 hours upstate. Like, anyways, I ended up getting a boyfriend, back to the same boy. I ended up getting a boyfriend. So I told him, like, I got a boyfriend, so, like, I can't do this no more. And he was just like, I know who your boyfriend, like, people in jail hear everything. He like, oh, niggas already told me who your boyfriend is. It's so-and-so. That nigga is a rat. That nigga this, talking about my ex. And I'm just like, damn, how you know who my man is? Like, anyways, that's besides the point. We started talking, and then over time, he was on that. F was only supposed to do 3 years in jail. Once he started getting to the 3rd year, I'm like, all right, you coming home this year? Something happened, so he not coming home this year. He got another 6 months. He got another, like, it was just, he kept adding charges in jail. And then I got to a point, like, I'm not about to, like, bro, you don't want to come home. Like, I'm not about to sit around and wait on you to come home. Like, plain blank period. So, he ended up starting to talk to some girl that lived upstate New York. And the girl was posting pictures of him, because I have him on Snapchat still, and I guess he gave the girl his Snapchat login, but she will post herself all day, like, oh, my husband's coming home in this amount of days and that, and I'm gonna see him this day and that. Like, that upstate girl, he did not even know her before jail. But anyways, they didn't even know each other. Like, they started talking on some weird shit, but she was basically saying mad shit, like she's doing everything, like she's the wife, basically. He's gonna marry her when he comes home. So anytime he called me, I'm like, you have a wife that, like, the girl is posting, you said you're gonna get married to her, have kids, live happily ever after. Stop calling me. Like, what are you calling me for? I'm not the girl that's coming to visit you, honey. So yeah, fast forward, he came home this year, right before my birthday. He was calling me or whatever, and, like, telling me he's coming home, and I was giving him a rundown because I wanted him to know what to expect when he come home. I'm like, boom, I'm in a relationship right now. I don't think I'm gonna be seeing you. If I do see you, it's gonna be on some friend shit. Like, we not getting into that. It don't give that. And plus, I feel like when niggas in jail, they promise you a whole bunch of shit. And I'm not gonna lie, if I could find the screenshots of the JPay messages, he was promising me the whole 9. He was promising me to ring the house, the kids, we gonna live happily ever after. And I feel like when I was younger with my situation with Javier, that was like, he was selling me the okie doke, but then he bombed on me when I posted a picture of him. So I feel like that's when I realized, like, niggas be in jail, they're lonely. They'll tell you anything. Like, first of all, you gotta smell the bullshit. Like, so when F is telling me all this shit, I'm entertaining it like the girl I am. I'm just like, yeah, daddy, I know you're gonna get me a car, you're gonna give me a baby, you're gonna give me a ring when you come home. But in reality, I know when he come home, he would not have shit to give me. Listen, moral of the story is, I just basically rambled both stories, but I want y'all to I just wanted to speak about my experience dating men in jail. I don't feel like I'm built to be a ride or die wife. I can't do it. There's a lot of women out there who can hold it down. I don't know, maybe from my experience, I feel like I haven't been in a situation where I was dating someone already and we were in love and they ended up in some situation where they had to get locked up. It was just like, niggas, I feel like both of my jail situations, yes, I dealt with them before they went to jail, but not on a serious note, because they both had shit going on, and they was just in jail and they was looking for entertainment. And one thing I'm gonna do, I like talking on the phone, so if you call me boo, I'm gonna answer. Yeah, I'm gonna answer the phone for you. I'm gonna write you letters. Like, I feel bad because, like, I'm gonna keep you in high spirits. I might see you if you local. I might come see you, but that's the most. I don't think I'm built for a full being in a relationship with somebody that's incarcerated. They need a lot of attention. They need a lot of attention. They need to see you a lot. They need money. They need money. They need money for commissary. They need money for the phone. And then you really have to be like their support system, because I swear to God, with F, like, I realized, like, his friends was dead ass not doing shit. Like, all his friends, all they was doing was going on Facebook saying free him. But if he tell me to hit so-and-so up to get this money for him, or hit so-and-so up to send him a letter, they would never do it. Like, that's why I felt like I couldn't just dub niggas while they was in jail, because I feel like I watched mad of their friends turn their back on them. So it's like the most I could do is be their support system emotionally and mentally, and keep them above water and let them know, hey, you got somebody that's worried about your well-being out here. And that's why I continue to talk to people out in jail. But yeah, so that's my experience with men that went to prison or incarcerated or jail based. I mean, do you ladies ever dealt with somebody that went to jail? How did that work for y'all? How did that go? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, go binge watch all my videos. I'm mad ratchet. I'm from New York, baby. You already know. Brooklyn, baby. You know, Flatbush. Yeah, and tell a friend to tell a friend. We on the road to 5K subscribers. Period. Share this video. Watch the last video. Watch the video before that. Watch the Fall from Grace video. Watch the Fall from Grace video. That video. Stay tuned. Then I got way more stories, way more content coming in. You know. Bye.